Thanks for staying with us on the program. And now to our exclusive chat with a brilliant young mind. I'm so fascinated by this young lady because not only does she educate people on SDGs, that's Sustainable Development Goals, as an advocate, but a variety of things as well, ranging from fun places to life lessons, encouraging people to do things that are expedient for daily living, like reading, and she does it in the most graceful way. She's currently in Dubai at the COP28 summit, and she delivered a speech, matter of fact, at one of the United Nations meeting about the importance of the future generations and sustainability. Well, that said, joining us on the program is Zahra Ahmed, Ambassador Advocate SDGs, joining from the UAE. Thank you so much, Zara, for joining us.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here.
It's a pleasure to have you join us as well. Zara, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, outstanding. And you?
I'm great, thank you. I am a big fan. I've seen some of the things that you've done, your post, and I'm quite inspired. It's really, rare to see such a young mind doing such great things, and we are really proud of you. Now, in one of your interviews, you did say that you're passionate about sustainable development goals because it's like a checklist or a success criteria for our society. At what point did you realize your passion for sustainable development goals?
I realized my passion for sustainable development goals when I started learning about it, which was during school. So when we started learning about it, I was like, wow, this topic really seems interesting. And I think that it's something that would be beneficial to our future and our future generations. So from there, I picked an interest in it. And then I went on to do personal research. And that's when I gained more knowledge on that topic and the importance of SDG goals. As you just mentioned, I see them as a checklist for our society because each goal is like it tackles a specific problem that we face right now. So let's say we achieve zero hunger. We're going to check it off the list. Let's say we achieve quality education. It's checked off the list. So on and so forth.
Zara, you do have a book club. Could you tell us about that?
Yes. My book club is a platform where children and I from all around the world will come together not just to read books, but also discuss our views and understanding on topics that are beneficial to our future. Some of those topics would be how water is recycled. I actually had my first live session 2 weeks ago, and we talked about how water is recycled. We discussed microfiltration and other techniques that they use to recycle water. We'll be discussing further on sustainability and other books as well.
That's indeed very impressive, Zara. Now, you are currently in Dubai, and as of 2 days ago, you had delivered a speech about the importance of the future generations and sustainability. Can you share a little of your session with us, just a few seconds of what you said?
Yes, so my speech was about when is now. We've been saying that we'll be sustainable now. We've been saying that we'll solve world issues now. We said that we'll work for our future now. We've been saying this for years and years, but when is now? Because these nows are now unfulfilled. We need to actually keep to our promises and make sure that we involve the future generations in sustainability because the definition of the word itself is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations. So, if the word itself contains future generations, that means we have a really important role to play in it.
Right. Zara, I would like to ask you, how supportive are your parents? Because it is a blessing to have, a child who is this passionate, especially about things that are of global concern. But it's also a blessing for a child to have very supportive parents. And personally, I have seen in some of your videos your parents, going about with you for these events. So how supportive would you say that they are?
I'd say that my parents are really supportive. I'm blessed to have them and I'm grateful to have them as my parents. Well, my parents not only manage my social media page, like record the video, edit the video, post the video, but they also build up my confidence and self esteem. When I'm about to go to an event, even though I have a passion for speaking and I'm confident, sometimes I feel really nervous and my heart starts beating, you know? So my
Yeah.
parents are there to calm me and say, oh, it's okay. You'll do amazing. Just believe in yourself. So they're always affirming me, positively affirming me that I'll do well.
It's amazing to know that. Now, Zara, you're not only an SDG advocate. Like I said earlier, you also post up a lot of do you know videos, especially about places in Dubai where you reside. How do you hope that this will help the people, especially people of your age? What do you hope for it to achieve for them?
Okay, I think these facts are really interesting. So they would want to learn more, and that's a contribution to quality education, which is SDG number 4. Aside from that, these facts would expand the range of thoughts, like, oh, so if sharks can be afraid of dolphins, I'm pretty sure there are other mysteries in the depth of the sea. So they would expand it would expand their thoughts and make them think even more about more possibilities.
Right. I think it's okay to say that at such a young age, you wear many hats because you're also the youth ambassador for Hack for Earth. And that's what led you to giving your speech at the COP28 summit, one of the UN conversations. Can you tell us a little about Hack for Earth?
Hack for Earth is the world's biggest global hackathon. And it's a hackathon wherein you can either join in a group or you can join individually and tackle some of the 8 categories. So when you choose one category, you have to join. When you join, you're going to proffer solutions to that um, specific category. And when you do that, they're going to decide the best solution, which will later be admitted into the, I think, acceleration program, which is Build for Earth. You'll be learning and developing the skills to start your own business. And for this, that's why it's 16 plus.
Right. And how does it feel to be an ambassador for Hack for Earth, to represent, the young generation, the younger minds, in global discussions?
Well, it feels amazing. I'm very happy that I'm able to come together with like-minded people to discuss on topics that actually matter and topics that will determine the outcome in our future.
And how do you keep yourself abreast of happenings across the globe? I mean, you are mentioned in SDG number 1, number 4. How do you keep yourself abreast of, the situation at hand? What development goal we're able to tick off the list? What we've been able to do generally in the world? How do you read up these things, or do you try to watch the news to see when it's happening, how it's happening? The COP28, for example. How do you do it?
One of my hobbies is actually researching. So whenever I have the time to research on a topic that gains my curiosity, then I delve into it like totally. For example, SDGs. I told you that I did some personal research aside from learning it at school, and that helped me understand it more and its importance. So sometimes I watch the news with my dad, and I see the things that are happening, like, for example, climate change effects in some parts of the world. And this further sparks my curiosity, like, oh, why is this happening? What can we do to solve it? So then I go ahead, do my extra research, and find out the answers.
Quite impressive. All right, Zara, please stay with us. I want to take a look at some of your clips and let's share it with the viewer, and then we'll be back to have this conversation. So stay with us.
Hack for Earth and an advocate for sustainable development. We always say that the time to be sustainable is now. We always say that the time to change our world is now. We always say that we want to work for a better future now. We always say that we want to solve world issues now. We've been saying this for years after years. But when is now? We all look forward to what lies ahead in the future. And to create that future that fills us with true anticipation, it must be sustainable. These unfulfilled nows won't work on our future. Do you agree with me? Should we wait until every aquatic animal is washed up dead on the shore? Or do we wait until there is no food and every human being is struggling to breathe on the land? This is a crucial time, and sustainability is not just an option, it's a necessity. If we do not take this as seriously as we ought to, I'm afraid that the beautiful world we see today may not be here tomorrow. If we have to make our future better, we must involve the future generations and adopt sustainable principles globally. Sustainability means meeting the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future generations. If the definition of the word itself contains future generations, then we should be a part of it because we are the future generations. We shouldn't leave everything to the adults. I mean, sure, they will be the directors leading and guiding us through the way, but we are the main show, and we have to act like it. As the youth ambassador of Hack for Earth, I've made the decision to focus on emphasizing the importance of education and innovation in driving sustainable change in our society. To the hackers, remember the future generations and the definition of sustainability? You are part of them. You are part of something big. You should be proud that you're creating solutions for this. Are you passionate about making positive change in the world? Do you have an idea waiting to become a real life solution? Well, I have great news for you. Introducing Hack for Earth. Hack for Earth is an opportunity for creative and innovative thinkers like you to bring your sustainable ideas to life. Join Hack for Earth, the world's biggest hackathon at COP28 to create real solutions to climate change.
Well, Zara, those are some of your clips and amazing, I must say. Now, we see that you travel a lot. You know, you attend events, you have a book club, you do a lot of things at such a young age. Does any of these affect your education in any way?
No, not they don't. They
How do you
actually
balance
contribute
it?
to my education. Okay, for example, I can give an example. COP28, my speech, I learned a lot because I connected from people, you know? So when I met different people, like I met Governor Sanwo-Olu, so we talked about water, the importance of water, and some water shortages that occur in Nigeria. So in school, we do learn about things like this, so this actually contributes to my education. Secondly, my parents manage my social media account and everything that has to be done. So I don't really have to worry about that. I still have the time to focus on my studies.
That's really great. Also, aside your education, do you have enough time to unwind? And what exactly do you like to do for fun?
Yes, plenty of time. I love spending time with my family, and I have two siblings, Aliyah and Khalifa. And I love spending time with them. We go around for walks in the park. Sometimes we drive around. We go and have fun at the malls. And I love swimming as well. I love playing football. And I also play Roblox in my free time, as well as FIFA with my dad.
Sounds very interesting, I must say. Now, Zara, what advice would you give to young minds like you who are hoping to do something great, especially at a young age? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that the best contribution they could do to humanity, even as a child, is self development. Because you can't develop the environment unless you develop yourself first. You first need to acquire the skills and the knowledge that you can apply to solve world issues or some issues around you. So now, with the rise of technology, we have lots of access to online information, so we can easily search up, for example, okay, how do I develop this self development tool? This, as long as you keep doing this, you would get more information on how to develop yourself as well as your life, and that really helped me a lot. And another point that I would make is to read books, because I believe that readers are learners, and the people who learn are the people who come up with ideas. And ideas are exactly what we need for sustainable development.
Right. I think finally, I'm going to want to know, and I think every other person wants to know. I mean, you have pretty much a number of things going on for you right now. You have a book club, you know, you're an SDG advocate, and you're very passionate about it because I've seen how you speak with the passion, you know, a lot of other things that you're doing with the Do You Knows that you post on your page. In a couple of years' time, where do you see yourself? What do you hope to do next? So generally, what's next for Zara?
Next, I plan on just making the world a better place as much as I can. That's one of the reasons that I started my book club, because I want people to think, think about the things that they could do for the betterment of our world. And another thing that I want to do is contribute to morals and values, for people to understand that morals and values serve as a bridge between people. Because amidst all our differences, as long as we are kind to each other, as long as we can connect respectfully with each other, understand each other, and empathize with each other, then we're technically the same.
Right. I think that's a good note to end it with. Zahra Ahmed, well done on all you do. Ambassador, advocate, sustainable development goals. I would say the sky is your limit. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Well, this is where we call it a wrap on VSA. Thank you so much for watching. Join us again in our subsequent episodes as we discuss issues as they pertain to the African continent. It's been a very beautiful episode. My name is Blessings Mosugu, and this has been VSA.